Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I want to talk to you about the DAO proposal to limit the reach and impact and usefulness for battle helpers in Splinterlands. I recently did a video talking about battle helpers. I found them underwhelming and definitely unsatisfying. It wasn't fun to use them. And I actually, since we've seen recent success in Modern League removing bots or attempting to begin to remove bots, there seems to be positive ramifications and implications. So I want to talk about that too. I'm hopeful now in a new way that this might actually work. Now, when I say work, I don't think we're ever going to reach perfection, but man, some impact onto this long-standing issue seems beneficial to our game, our finances, the economy, etc., and so on. I think I'm pumped about this, so let's talk about it. Before we go into any of that, though, I got to say shout out to SplinterCoach. SplinterCoach.com is a website that will track your personalized battle history for $5 a month. You can see which monsters and summoners you use in which contexts, how often you're winning and losing with each, and that data can be fun to look at, but also helpful. I'm really blown away by some of the data analysis that pops out, because I'm astonished by which summoners I play most. You know, was never tracking this without this tool. You could theoretically write every time you submit a team, you could write it down yourself. This does that for you. But then the comparisons and the deep dive that it opens up. Lily Shieldpaw, I play all the time. Quixodevious, I play all the time. They both have very strong win rates. Lily better than Quix, but I've showed this before. Lily performs within the mana sets. It works in every mana set except for the lowest and highest. Quix, on the other hand, has different tools and kits, and each have a different price tag. So beginning to explore which summoners you play most, when are they winning, which ones are necessary so they have low mana and high mana options, and then finding those within the marketplace and seeking out those that have the best results for the lowest price point is one of the ways that you can extract more reward for your time and attention in Splinterlands. And you might rent cards to test them out, see how they go, and then find that cards like Lily Shieldpaw and Quixodevious are relatively affordable right now and have been for a while, and they happen to be so commonly useful and have carried that high win rate. So that's what the power of the tool really has been unlocking for me. It's been able to show that and so much more. So check it out, $5 a month, splintercoach.com. Okay, so there's new proposals up, one of which has to do with updating terms and services to prohibit use of battle helpers in modern ranked tourneys and brawls. And we also have one for tourneys and brawls. So first and foremost, I don't want to read everything here. I just want to say I definitely support a successful elimination of bots from the entire game. I currently use OBSBOT. I do so because one, it's convenient, and two, it allows me to take one thing off my plate. But man, if we can get to a place where Splinterlands no longer, that's not an advantage that 99 out of 100 people have, which I am, skipping or foregoing. I'm so on board with that. And I played this game for years, and I've played it every day for years because I like it. So I'd love to get to a place where the game is enjoyed by players. I've always had criticism and doubt around how well we'll be able to implement that, but we have seen already in the modern rank changes that this has been successful. I've been following Bulldog and on Twitter, and he's been sharing some of the data that he's tracking around the reward payouts at the different league levels. On the top, we've got reward stats for modern at every league: bronze, silver, gold, diamond, champ. And this is the number of SPS being divided across that pool, that league. And that in the modern, notice there's like a substantial amount more SPS available in each of the respective leagues in modern than there is in wild, because there's fewer accounts that are pulling at those pools so this translates to a greater payout per battle per win for the players at every league level, largely below champion. At champion, if you note here, I play in this range 4,200, and I get 6, and wild I get 6.8 SPS per win. If I was in modern at the same, I'd be getting 6. So it's actually beneficial for me to be in wild despite the pool differential, because the player base at that league level, etc. It's just like, it's a moving target. How many people are playing in that league and how many wins are they getting? The pool gets divided between X number of mouths, and it so happens I benefit by being where I'm at. But if you look at Diamond, there's some actually better payouts in Modern, everywhere from the bottom of Diamond to the top of Diamond. And we're talking 20% increase, maybe 25% increase on the payout. In Gold, it gets even better. If you can see at the top tier of Gold, I know it's quite small, but the highest level of Gold Modern is getting 2.2 SPS per win versus the highest level of Gold Wild 1.06 SPS. That's a huge difference. It's literally more than double. And it's interesting at Silver, it's like triple, almost quadruple at the highest level of Silver. At Bronze, I don't even know, that's like 10x the SPS. So massive extra SPS for the real human players that are still playing in the Modern, because there are fewer mouths to feed, so the pie goes further, gets stretched into and used, and therefore looks like more rewards per player. So that's exciting. And I haven't heard anybody complaining about wait times, so that's exciting. So for those reasons, I feel as though our recent changes have been largely successful. I also saw in the town hall today that Weirdbeard spoke about how he has assessed or questioned people on what their feelings and about the change have been. And it's been largely positive, largely appreciative, largely, it's a good thing. So that package together, to me, makes me really optimistic that this is actually working. 1, 2, it's actually enjoyable. 3, it's actually landing where it's aimed, which is to create a human to human experience. So success on every seeming level. I don't, one of the biggest concerns that I had was that the wait times would be crazy. Apparently not, especially as people move over into that league. Now, as people move over into that league, you'll see a sort of a moderation or a slight curtailing of those benefits, like some of the SPS. The massive SPS differential between Wild and Modern at Bronze or Silver or Gold is going to be diminished as you start to bring in more accounts that are filling into that league. But it'll mean that they'll be raised in Wild. So interesting to kind of watch that develop. But I'm just saying, I really am for this. I'm really for continued pursuit of this growth and the elimination of bots to the extent that's possible. And like I said earlier, I don't think we're ever going to see perfection. I wonder, I had doubts about how we would execute bot elimination, how we would, curtail the bot problem. It seems to be working. I have doubts now about how we will recognize and stop battle helpers. But let's give it a shot, right? The team is willing. Dave McCoy came out and said, let's give this a shot. And if this passes through the DAO, through the decentralized governance, the SPS allows us, because we speak up and we voice our concerns and we express through our SPS stake that we want this to be changed, the team will do what they can to change that. And so for me, I don't know how it's going to be possible, but man, let's put it in their hands and see what they can do. So far, so good with the Modern changes and updates. And so I am very hopeful about this. It really, truly makes me, this data that I see on Bulldog's stream over here, or Twitch over here, Twitter, x.com now, I guess, is very promising. And it makes me even curious about moving over. And I have a secondary account in Gold, so I could benefit from this. But man, the effort, the time, but I think I'm probably there. I'm probably at a place where I need to make that move. So I need to maybe adapt what I've equipped that secondary account with and make that move. Loving it. Want to hear what your thoughts are. Has it been a success? Do you support these proposals? And yeah, what do we think about battle helpers? I'm not a big fan, as I pointed out in the last video. To me, it seems, first of all, they were unsatisfying. It was like I was sitting there waiting and it was boring. But then also, I don't think they were very successful. I ended up finishing my brawls 2 and 5. And I rented all the best cards, and I followed their advice, even when I felt I shouldn't. And that was something I'll never do again. It gives you advice I didn't want to do what it said. I did it because I wanted to test the sort of the effectiveness of the tool, and I found ultimately that I don't believe that they're as successful as running the actual bot. And so I'll leave that there. Thanks guys for your time and attention. I hope you have an amazing day. God bless.